In today's video, I'll show us all the components that we need, to build a desktop PC. Now, the first component you need is your motherboard, because this is like the foundation of your PC. Now, you have this on your laptop as well, but it is much more smaller, and most of the components are laminated on the motherboard of your laptop, so it is pretty much smaller. And also we have desktops that they are called ITX that are way smaller than this as well, just for portability's sake. But they do pretty much the same job. This motherboard is very old. I mean very, very old, because it uses a Xeon processor, and it's a workstation processor, but it's very, very old. Now this processor is about, I think that's the third gen, the second or third gen, because this is an E5 2667 V2. I have also 26 50 E5 2650 V2 as well, which clocks at 2.6. uh, but this particular one I've been using for this motherboard, I was initially using this, but I later upgraded to this. So this one has the base clock speed is at 3.0 and overclocks, to 3.6 on all clocks. It has 8 cores and 16 threads. I got this from AliExpress. I got uh, basically all these components are from AliExpress, because in my country we really don't, we have access to Amazon and eBay, but the cost of shipping it down to Nigeria is way, way expensive and ridiculous, because sometimes you get a PC case for as low as $60, and to ship it down here you pay as much as 350 or $400. And in my own currency, it's hilarious. So now, no long stories. The most important component, or one of the most important components, is your motherboard, which is this. So uh your motherboard houses your processor, your RAM. It has the PCIe slots for your graphics card, which handles all the graphical operations of your PC. So basically, you have your I/O sheets where you connect, your peripherals, your audio jack, your PS2 devices, and all sorts. Now I'm going to make a video where I'll show you how I actually built this PCs, because I built it already before, but for this video I had to dismantle everything. As a budget tech lover, I don't have all the components or new components to order, because ordering them is very expensive. So I make do what I have. So I had to dismantle them just for this video's sake. So now, after your motherboard, you need your processor, because which is like the brain of your PC. So now, like I said, it's an old processor, but it does the work. It has 8 cores and 16 threads. Uh, when it comes to one thing I love about it is just the number of cores and threads that it has when it comes to multitasking. So it works well. I've been using it for my video editing and other graphical works, and I have not had any issues with both processors. They are both Xeon processors, but they are pretty much okay. So another thing that you need, of which I said, is your processor after your motherboard, which is very, very important. So another major component that you need are your RAM. Now, I also got this from AliExpress. They are both 8 gigabytes each. They are from Samsung. They are ECC registered RAM, and they go to your motherboard as well. They are very, very important, because you need this to for your programs to run. You understand? Because when programs are running on your PC, you need a physical memory by which they store data temporarily for you to be able to work. So now, the higher the RAM, the better. But for budget sake, at least you should have about 8 gigabytes, or recommended you should have 16 gigabytes of RAM. They also have speed, of which I'll make a video where I'll explain all this. So another component that you need is your storage. Now this is a 2.5 SATA storage. I got this from AliExpress as well. uh it's not the best when it comes to quality, but it is better than your traditional hard drive. You understand? So this is much better. It's very, very light in weight. It has no moving parts, like we all know. So you need a storage device. for budget, I'm using a 512, but if you have more money to spare, you can get the 1 terabyte, and that will do the job. So I got the SATA cable along with the motherboard when I order it. So it's for your 2.5 inch add SSD, sorry. So this is the connector, it goes to your motherboard, and then this goes to your storage. So this bracket also came with the motherboard. you know you mount I have to mount this um this CPU bracket to the motherboard before uh fixing the CPU fan, which I got from AliExpress as well. So this was the budget CPU fan I could get as at then. That's just two copper uh, heat pipes, and it does the job because uh, the clock speed of the processors are not that high, and I think the max TDP is about 150 watts or so. So it does the job. You understand? It does the job. My CPU temperatures don't exceed. They've never exceeded 75 degrees since I've been using this CPU fan. So it does the job as well. So that's pretty much it. And another important thing you need is your IO shield. It comes along with your motherboard if you got it new. So to come along with your motherboard, and it's covers and houses the ports at the back of your PC, makes it look more appealing. So now this giant here is my graphics card, because the motherboard I got, had no port for HDMI for my monitor, because it's used for the workstation processors like the Xeons, like I said earlier. So, and Xeon processors don't have um, integrated GPUs, so you can only make use of a discrete or dedicated GPUs like this. So this is an RX 5700 XT. I have an RX 580 as well. Uh, that was the one I was using before I switched to this. Now it's 8 gigabytes. It has 8 gig dedicated video memory for your graphics applications, and for now, or if you're in a budget, that is more than enough as a budget PC user. Now, I got this from AliExpress, like I said. From the store I got it from AliExpress was called Logbit. Logbit is not the owner of this graphics card. This is an AMD graphics card from SAPPHIRE Pulse. Because if you look here, you see the engraved SAPPHIRE brand name here. It lights up when it's working as well. So Logbit is not the owner of this GPU. So it works really well. In terms of performance, I'll show us after I arrange these OPCs. So this video is just to show you all the components that you need to build a desktop. Now, I got this fan as well for the PC case from a local store. Just got it cheap, just to help the airflow. You can also order extra fans online. So, depends on your choice and how you want your PC to perform. I got this this light LED strip from AliExpress as well. Uh, I'll show you how it looks when I release the video on how I arranged it. So the last thing, most important thing is your power supply. When it comes to power supply, it's something you have to be very careful with. You have to get a reputable power supply from a reputable brand, just to avoid fire hazard and loss of money and all that. So I was lucky to get it from uh, another state in my country. uh, you know, I was just lucky because I called some engineers and I told them that I needed a beefy power supply for a desktop. This is a 600 watts. Be quiet power supply, 600 watts, and it's more than enough for my build. I don't think my my graphics card doesn't go beyond the 150 watts or 200 max. I mean, from the benchmarks, and my processor doesn't go beyond another 140, I think. So this is more than enough for um all the components in here, this 600 watts, and I even still have headrooms for for an upgrade in the future. So also it has other PCIe components that I need to power my graphics card, because my graphics card needs an 8 pin and a 6 pin power connector, to juice it up, aside the 75 watts it gets from the board. So as you can see, it's a power hungry GPU for the performance. So that's basically all the things that you need, the major things you need to build a desktop PC. The last and not the least is your PC case. This is the PC case I got locally here. um it's from a pre-built HP desktop, that got damaged, and I spoke to one of my engineers, and I got this, just to house um the PC build. So I got this RGB blue fan you're seeing inside from AliExpress, just for aesthetics and all. So it's not the best. It's not, when it comes to looks, it's not the best, but it does the job, just to protect the PC. I love using my PCs in open air. I don't like closing them, because we don't have access to fancy PCs like in the US, the UK, and other countries, obviously. And one of the reasons why I couldn't order a good PC case was the cost of um, getting things here in Nigeria from other countries. We have access to Amazon and eBay, but the cost of shipping it, you're getting a PC. If you're getting a PC case for like $60, and you're using about $300 to $400 to ship it down to your country, I mean, that's ridiculous. And for a budget PC lover like myself, I have to make use of the resources I have available. And because I know there are people like me as well who don't have um, that big budgets, to spend. You understand? And you just have to um, make do with whatever we have. Now, so in this video up here, upload a video of me assembling this and showing you which components goes to which place and all that. And also I'll be testing a few games that I have, and the rendering times when it comes to video editing. um, the rendering time it takes, to render either a 4K video or a full HD video, as the case may be. So I'm trying to create a community of, budget tech lovers, PC, especially for PCs, where we can communicate. And if you have other ideas or things I forgot to mention about, each component I've talked about, please put them in the comment section. Must have skipped my mind or something? I just want a community where we can, talk together and share informations to make things a little easy for all of us all. So please like, share, subscribe to my channel, and that will be all for now. See you in my next video.